This is One on One. Hi, I'm Steve Adubato here at the Montclair Film Festival. I should say we're actually at the Bellevue Movie Theater for a very special screening of a movie called Bad Parents because the parents are really bad in it.
Meet Kathy. She's moving from New York to the suburbs.
I am a soccer mom.
Stop yelling at my kid!
She has no idea what she's in for.
I would like to make a motion that we split the U8 girls by ability.
Did you hear they're going A and B this year?
You know, go A and B team.
You're on the B team!
Don't worry, our kids are going to be in the A team.
You guys are like tiny, shiny diamonds. Unfortunately, some of you are going to need to be cut.
Did he actually say cut? They're gonna cut some of these cute little girls. They're cutting some.
Some parents will do anything.
Are you asking to be my assistant coach?
I think Lindsay could benefit from an extra day of training.
Absolutely.
Playoff tickets.
To help their kids win.
Welcome to the team.
You have no idea how lucky you are.
No, my daughter is.
Isn't that what I said?
When the going gets tough,
It's time to start cracking skulls, don't you think?
these parents
But we would do anything for our kids, right?
get crazy.
Right.
Parents, they're the enemy. They are vampires.
We're gonna go get ice cream after the tryouts, okay?
$20 in it for you if you score.
No computer for an entire month.
No dessert if you don't.
Your kid cost us this game!
Janine Garofalo. Bad Parents.
I want you to know how much potential I think your daughter has.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Now, we've interviewed the filmmaker, Janine Garofalo, one of the parents, and some really nutty parents, bad parents. But the guy who helped bring it together is the creator, the chair of the Montclair Film Festival, my partner, my friend, Bob Feinberg. Bob, how big is tonight? Because look at this crowd behind us.
This is great. You know, listen, tonight is an example of the Montclair Film Festival programming year-round, which is very important to us. We got a huge crowd. We're competing. I think there's some political event going on tonight. I'm not really sure what it is.
Tonight's the night of the only presidential debate, and it hasn't stopped tons of people, hundreds of people coming in. That's big.
Yeah, we've got a sold-out house. People are excited about this movie, and they're excited about the Montclair Film Festival bringing people like Janine Garofalo, Keith Agentis, filmmakers to Montclair. You don't have to go to the city anymore to have this happen.
Hey, Bob, how do you wind up picking? Because Janine was excited, Keitha was excited about the fact that you picked them, you brought them in. But now, after out of the box, big success, how do you wind up deciding, hey, we're bringing them here?
So we've got some professionals. So Tom Powers and Raphael and Nyhausen, our festival directors, program the festival itself, which will happen in May. And they're also out there year-round looking for movies, looking for personalities that will resonate with people in Montclair, in New Jersey, in this region. People are, I'm happy to say, now coming to us. Tonight's film, Bad Parents, Keith Agentis is a filmmaker. Keitha came to the opening night screening at the first Montclair Film Festival, where we screened The Oranges.
At Montclair State University. She was there that night?
She was there that night. She was sitting next to one of the reporters covering the evening. She got turned on to what we were doing, and when she was prepared to release her film, she wanted to do it world premiere here in Montclair.
Talk about word of mouth. So she's sitting there saying, I could do this in a lot of places, a lot of film festivals. I want to do it in Montclair.
Yeah, I want to do it in Montclair, and I'm happy to say that Keith is taking the film. She's going to be all over the country doing the film festival circuit, and everywhere she goes, she's going to be able to say, and I know she will say, this film world premiere at the Montclair Film Festival in Montclair, New Jersey. So great opportunity for us. We've wanted all along to support New Jersey filmmakers,
right.
Local filmmakers. We had a special segment of the film festival itself devoted to New Jersey filmmakers and New Jersey films, and we're happy to do that year-round. And this is a great opportunity to promote New Jersey and filmmakers from New Jersey, actors from New Jersey. It's great for everybody.
By the way, Bob, let everybody know the website they can go on right now as they're watching us on public television, the website they can go on to find out everything that's going on with the film festival.
MontclairFilmFest.org. We're on the web, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook. Put us into Google, MontclairFilmFest.org, and join us, see what we're doing, become a member of the film festival, get early notice about the events. We have a good problem. Virtually every event we hold sells out. Tonight's sold out, notwithstanding the presidential debate. So follow what we're doing so you have early word. We're going to have another fantastic fundraiser in December 7th. Stephen Colbert, one of our biggest supporters, is going to do another live event with a special guest, and we haven't yet announced the special guest, but it's going to be a great event at the Wellmont Theater in downtown Montclair. Lots of great stuff going on.
Folks, we're talking to Bob, as you know, as we said, in October with the presidential campaign coming up. Last time we talked to him right outside the Montclair Art Museum, and we had a great day that day, and so much was going on that week of the film festival in May, right?
It was the first week in May, and
Right.
it'll be the first week in May again in 13. It's going to be a day longer than it was last year. They're going to be
Really?
They're going to be
Too
more-
many films.
Too many films. They're going to be
Nice
more-
problem.
It's a great problem. And bigger venues, that's another problem. So the theaters here in Montclair, great theaters, not big enough. So we've got bigger venues for next year. We're going to be at MKA, at Montclair Kimberly Academy in their auditorium. We're talking to Bloomfield College. We'll be back at Montclair State University. We'll be here at the Clearview Theaters. And we're gonna try to grow more films a day longer, more films during the day, more filmmakers, more stars. Just keep growing. We had a great first year, thanks to all of our supporters, including you.
Lots of partners.
Lots of partners. So we've had really the kind of support Montclair State University, Montclair Art Museum, the Adult School of Montclair Foundation supported us. The Lurie Foundation, the Montclair Foundation. We've got corporate sponsorship from Audi, Neuberger Berman, Royal Bank of Canada.
NJ.com was involved too, right?
NJ.com, a big supporter. On the media side, NJTV, NJ.com, WNET. So
no one can do this alone.
No, we've got a board that's now up to 26 people, 26 hard-working people who are not only opening up their checkbooks, but opening up their date books and making time for us.
And their Rolodex.
And their Rolodex. We've got great connections. So 26 people on the board, an advisory board that's even bigger. Filmmakers supporting us on our artistic committee. We're going to have an event in November, a networking event for people in the business to get together here in Montclair and share stories. Just the support in the community, in the media, local media, hyper-local media, national media has really been tremendous, and we think it's going to continue.
The buzz is there.
Yeah, the buzz is really there. There were some people early on who sort of doubted that we'd pull this off. But the first year really presented, great proof. One example, in the last year in May, on the Saturday night of the festival, we had 6 films. Every one of them was sold out. So that's a good problem to have.
First year.
Sold
out 6 films, one night.
Yep, it really, it was a great experience. And we're thrilled that the community and the surrounding communities have supported us as they have.
I remember saying to Bob as we finish up, what do you do for an encore? He's starting to answer that with the board, the great board, and the staff and the volunteers. And we're here at the opening, very special screening of Bad Parents with very bad parents, but a great cast, a great director and filmmaker. And Bob, again, congratulations. I know there's more work to do. And there's more and more people from the town and from other towns who want to come in. So
Absolutely.
It's great to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Steve Adubato here. More importantly, I'm here with Evie Colbert, who has been such a key player, not just a board member, but I mean, just you've been involved in so many key things and making things happening. But we were just talking to Bob Feinberg before, and he was talking about some of the great things that are happening. First, let's talk about tonight, why Bad Parents, and they are bad because I talked to them before. What makes tonight a special screening?
It's a world premiere. We're the first people to have this movie, which is pretty great, right?
Right.
Nobody's seen this.
Right, and also great cast, great independent
Amazing
filmmaker.
cast. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Did you envision that beyond the first big week, which was bigger than anyone thought, that it would be events like this?
Yes.
You did.
No, I told you this last year.
I know
I
you
dream
did.
big.
She actually does. Some of the folks were like, "Let's do 14 films." Have you always seen big things?
Half full, totally half full. Not glass half empty, glass half full.
Okay. And with the film festival, because the economics of it are so important, because you can
Yeah.
have big ideas and they could look great on paper.
Yeah, it costs money.
Yeah. Describe the challenge of the economics, the business of the film festival.
Well, I think the challenge is raising the money to put it on. It's sort of like you have to create this little event, but you have to get the money before you can create the event. So what we have, the luck that we have now is people have seen what we've done. So it's a little easier to talk about and to describe, and people know what we're talking about. Plus we have events like tonight, so it's not just that week in May. It's a year of events, so we can say to people, if you come in as a member and a donor, you'll be a part of this, and you'll be able to come to events like this and in May. So it's a challenge, but it's not as hard as it used to be. I mean, it's still a challenge. We still need a lot of help and support. But it's an easier story to tell, and it's a great story. I mean, we're so excited. The growth and support has been incredible.
You know, when we first talked to Evie about this, you talked about your experiences early on with the film festival, with you and Stephen. For folks who did not see that first public television interview, give folks a sense as to what that was and why this film festival is so important.
Well, ours was a little different. We both grew up in Charleston, South Carolina, and there's a festival.
Just like Jersey.
Only...
Go ahead.
Sir?
Cut that out, okay? Edit that.
More hospitable, maybe.
Montclair's different.
Montclair's different.
Yes, go ahead.
So anyway, there's a festival there called the Spoleto Festival, which is not film, it's more music, art, theater, dance. It was founded by Giancarlo Menotti, who's an opera composer. So it was slightly different, but when it came to Charleston, Stephen and I were both young. Really, no,
always.
It's like
yes.
10.
Yes.
I don't know, babies.
Yes.
So we grew up with it, and he was in the operas, and I worked backstage. I think that's still the story of our life, actually, still playing out that way.
It's more complex now.
It's a little bit like that. But anyway, our lives were changed by the exposure to professional artists and musicians, and sort of seeing what life can be like when you make your living in the arts. And it really is what brought both of us to New York. And it also was incredible what it did to our town of Charleston. It was always a small town, but then it suddenly became a town that had great restaurants and you know, lots of musicians and artists and dancers chose to live there year round, so the community changed. And it was an amazing impact on a small town. So, I mean, Montclair is a little different because we're so close to New York City. So it has a different kind of feel for us, but I think not just for children, but for people who live here, whether or not you're young or old, to sort of brush against that kind of life is a wonderful opportunity.
And finally, let me ask you, Bob Feinberg was talking before about an event that's coming up at the Wellmont that he was really excited about. Could you tell us about it?
I think so.
No, he already did. He didn't. No, not the special. No, not the special guest.
Right.
But there's something that's going to be happening. All right, listen, we're not going to talk about that.
I just don't know. On December 7th, we could tell you that.
Yes.
It's going to be a big, special, amazing fundraiser.
And money's going to be raised again.
Money's going to be raised again. It's a fundraiser, and you really want to buy your tickets the moment it comes out, because it will sell out immediately. How about that?
That's all you need to know. Evie, thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Onward and upward.
Onward and upward.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence, and the Montclair Film Festival. 13 for WNET and NJTV. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, Bloomfield College, offering small classes and big opportunities since 1868. Barnabas Health, Wells Fargo, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. And by PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. Promotional support provided by The Record, North Jersey's trusted source, and NorthJersey.com. And the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.